This morning, God was teaching me a little bit about humility, and it comes from initially from a devotional I was reading, Most for His Highest, and it discusses what true humility or being humble in God is. And it's not what we think. Many Christians run around, people in general, saying, "Oh, I barely got by," or "Oh, I'm no Christian. I'm not. Excuse me, I'm no saint." Things like that, like trying to calm themselves or put themselves at a lower level than maybe what they are, or at least what they should be. And what we don't understand is that that's very disrespectful to God. When I speak of being made sanctified and holy as He is holy, the work is done by Him. You or myself just have to work out what He's working in. But God's the one that's doing the work in you. And when you understand that, if it makes sense to you, if it doesn't, it's because you don't have spiritual eyes to see or spiritual ears to hear and understand. Otherwise, as Jesus said, and Isaiah the prophet, you would turn from your ways and be healed. And that's the thing. When we listen to Jesus and we do what He says, that's what's humble. Because nobody likes to be bossed around. Everybody likes to be their own boss. I shouldn't say everybody. There's those that will listen to everybody and try to please them. And that's not being humble either, because you're out trying to please man instead of God. We have to get to the point where we are completely doing everything to be pleasing to God. And that's what being humble is. Because when you do that, God will perfect you. It might take some time, depending on how much you've done wrong. Like myself, a lot of things wrong in my old days. But little by little, He cleans you up until there's nothing left to censor in you. And He will make you holy as He is holy and sanctify you. That's His purpose. That's what He wants. That's the only way you get into heaven. That's what it means to be saved by grace. That He comes in, He sees you as a sinner, and because you're willing to do what He tells you to do, and you do it, He has grace for you, because He knows that we're all sinners. He knows what we're faced with Satan. He knows the cunning lies and deceptions and the murderous person that Satan is. And He knows that if anybody would turn to Him, He can change them and make them a whole man in God. That's a judgment. If you pass through that judgment on earth, you won't be facing that judgment when you die. If you don't go through that here on earth, where you let God do His work in you and what He wants with you, then you will be faced with the judgment when you die. And it won't be a good judgment. So, in humbleness, seek first the kingdom of God and its righteousness, and then be a doer of the word that God's showing you, not just a hearer. And then everything else will be given to you. Peace.